Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is AD from Budget Friendly RC, and this is my review of the Turnigy Nitro Rumble from Hobby King. I picked this one up for about $250 shipped. It cost $178 the way it is, and shipping was quite expensive, around $50. But still, for a 1/8 scale nitro buggy, we can't really complain. But how good really is it? Well, simple like that. It's a plus. I love this car. It's got just about everything you want, from adjustable turnbuckles, steering leaks, CVDs up front, sway bars that don't really do their job, 4mm, I think that's 4mm thick aluminum shock tower, giant big bore shocks with plastic bodies, threaded, and aluminum caps. A lot of people don't like plastic shocks, but the truth is, I don't mind good plastic shocks. As long as they're good and they do their job and they don't fall apart, I don't mind it. With a big, beautiful aluminum chassis, which everything is very nice flushed inside. And these tires are surprisingly sticky too. I did not expect it to be that good and sticky. They are really great tires for just bashing around. They give great traction, and they are just good tires. Moving on to the rear, it's about the same story. Adjustable threaded shocks. You have 3 mounting points up top, also up front. You have 3 mounting points up top and 3 mounting points on the bottom. Take off the body, we see a very simple body shell. It actually was a little bit more down, and the exhaust had to be poked in like that. But I found out that if you wasn't opened a little bit, the exhaust just kind of shaped the body, and it just kind of lost its shape. It still works fine, so I cut it up a little bit to open the air. And it was a little under trimmed, so when I would open the gas tank, it would get stuck. So I also trimmed that a little bit, which fixed that problem. Moving on, we have this .21 engine, which is actually beautiful looking. And I saw a few comments, I think 2 or 3 comments out of on Hobby King that said, oh, the engine is not that powerful. If you tune it up right, I tuned it up, it's a monster. It is a freaking beast. It is so powerful. This is my first nitro, so I haven't experienced really other nitro engines, but at least for me, it's plenty powerful. And for the price it's at, I'm not complaining at all. We have a flywheel and a clutch. I'm not sure how many shoe. Metal drivetrain all the way around with a triple diff center, front, and rear. Here's something that really shocked me. The steering was so freaking solid. There's barely any slop in the steering, except the servos are pretty lazy. You might want to get a lipo instead of using 4 AA's. And here we have a nice dual stage air filter, which did a good job of catching up all the dirt and stuff. And the carburetor I found to be easy to tune, and I'm not sure what glow plug it runs at. Here's another thing, the pull start. It's kind of strange because the one-way bearing backs out a little bit and it kind of jams the pull start. So after you ran it for a little bit, it just kind of doesn't return into place. I don't know. I haven't really tried to solve this problem yet, but I did order a starter box anyway, so hopefully we'll have that coming in soon, and that'll be nice. Another thing that bothered me a little bit is how freaking bendy these rods are. The steering rods, I would literally pop them off and they would bend. They're like made from lead almost. That's kind of disappointing, but everything is very well organized with a nice on switch right here and 2 body clips. I actually put a rechargeable battery in there instead of a regular battery, and that's our receiver box right there. And we have a dual pad brakes, and we have one in the front and one in the rear, if you can see that. I don't know how you can see that. A big gas tank, which I found that runs for about 15 minutes, which is quite nice. We have an aluminum upper bulkhead, and big giant beefy dog bones that go through. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on them. There we go, big giant beefy dog bones. Another thing, I found the wing on my second run. I think I cracked it, and I don't know how. I cracked it in 2 spots. I cracked the corner off, and I cracked other things off. Let me see, I think it's somewhere here, it's right here. There, I cracked it like that, and I cracked a corner off, so that was quite disappointing. But it's a big heavy plastic one. It would be nicer anyways to replace it with a lightweight Lexan. So a few things I think I would replace. If you really want the sway bars, get stiffer sway bars, a Lexan wing, and probably a starter box. And of course batteries to go with it. Oh, and a rechargeable battery. And another thing you might not like is the radio. Uses 8 AA's. No, I don't like those. I think these are very outdated. They need to replace it with 4. But except that, so far I haven't broke a single piece except the wing, and I'm loving this car. It's extremely durable. I crashed it many times, and I flipped, landed on my roof, and it just blows my mind about how good this is for the price range it's at. Assuming a low C 8T RTR is about $600, you can basically buy 2.5 of those for the price of that low C. Or Durtrax makes one that costs $350. And if you watch Jang's video from URC, even in his video, he said there was a bunch of things that went bad. Well, so far I've burned close to a gallon of fuel through it, and the engine still has tons of compression, and it's running great, which is another thing that just kept surprising me on and on. It also has these beautiful looking aluminum hexes, which is good. They're not 17 millimeter, not 12 millimeter. And the car, I found out, is pretty easy to work on. With about 6 screws, you remove a front or a rear diff. I'm not sure, but there's a screw for the Lexan body, 2 screws for the bumper, and then 4. So it's about 7 screws. But overall, it's very nice. Anyways, thanks for watching, and like the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked. If you did it.